Hey guys, welcome to Rebuild, okay? Now I said I'm not going to talk about this. And from the background, you can clearly know what I'm about to talk about. Kanye. First one to judge. So I said I would not talk about this. I said I would not talk about Kanye West. Everyone is talking about Kanye West. And I said myself, me, I'm fine. I'm not gonna shoot a video and put on my YouTube on Kanye West until I listen to the album. So I listened to the album. And when I tell you, first of all, let me just give you a brief disclaimer. I used to be a huge Kanye West fan. Huge. I remember College Dropout, Graduation. Like Kanye, we were good. So when I listened to this video, I found it remiss for me not to talk about this. Because what this whole situation with Kanye reminds me of, it reminds me of Mel Gibson. Okay, let me give you a primer. If you remember Mel Gibson, for those who don't know Mel Gibson is the director that directed Passion of the Christ. Remember? Passion of the Christ. That thing, I think that movie is about 10 years old, 10 or 12 years old now. It's old. But when I tell you, I watched that movie, and every single time, number one, I need like Kleenex because I just cannot stop crying. And then it impacts me even after for a couple of days. So when Mel Gibson was doing this movie, the church went in on Mel Gibson, bro. They did. They did. And let me tell you something. Look at Mel Gibson's life. He made an incredible movie. A movie that I will not be surprised if I heard millions turn their life to Christ after that movie. I would not be surprised. I don't know if that's a fact, but I would not be surprised. But the one time or the one thing that I feel like as a church we failed was praying for Mel Gibson. Because he decided, he said, even when he was getting interviewed, he said his sole purpose was to make this movie. He feels like that was his life's purpose. And that's that purpose, that's that gaping hole in Ecclesiastes that says only eternity can fill it, that he was talking about. Because we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose on this earth. And until you do something that God has called you to do, you will never be satisfied. So at that time, Mel Gibson needed our prayers, but we didn't pray for him as a church. Maybe there are people who did. The majority of the church, they didn't like the fact that this is our holy book that is actually being brought to life by somebody in the world. But look at the impact that movie has had. Many people gave their lives to Christ. Now, if you look at Mel Gibson's life after, it's gone down. I'm telling you, after that movie, Mel Gibson went into this addiction phase where he was just drinking himself silly. He was married for 20 plus years. He filed for divorce. His marriage went into the drain. And then he remarried another youngin'. And that failed because he divorced from her. And then I don't know if you remember those anti-Semitic rants that he was caught on. And Mel Gibson's name just went down the drain. I feel like we failed him as a church. And what we're doing right now to Kanye, even on his song, I don't know if it's God is or whatever, but he was talking about, look at the Christians. They'll be the first one to judge me, make me feel like nobody loved me. Because as opposed to, like Christians, we're supposed to be welcoming people to the church. But what are we doing? Seriously. We're seeing Kanye, we ridicule him, we judge him, we don't take him serious. Could it be that we are actually experiencing a moment in history like the folks who were in that time of Paul to Saul? And we're seeing it happen with Kanye. It's right here in front of our eyes and we don't see it. I'm saying this to tell you something. I will be honest. The first time I heard Kanye got saved, I laughed. I was like, it's Kanye. And then I actually started feeling bad because why would I laugh about that? If he's actually honest and he's true to his word, this is a good thing. It's an awesome thing. And he's making an impact, folks. He's doing these Sunday services. And this is where I feel like my aura was like, aye, church, we could be better. We can be better. We can be better. Why is it that we feel like we can judge him? Oh, we don't know. We don't believe him. Oh, these Sunday services are just a publicity stunt. Why are we doing that? Why? And I'm saying we because I'm part of the church. I am. I can't do anything about it. But why are we the first ones to judge? And the Bible says that we are going to be judged. We shouldn't judge people. I used to be captain of the twerk team, and I'll be honest. I'll be really honest. There was a season, especially after my salvation and me proclaiming and declaring that I was saved, there was a skeptical season where folks who used to know me as the turnip queen would question, oh, like, is she really saved and whatever? You know, and I got that from, folks who are not saved, which was understandable. I didn't get that from the church. So why is Kanye getting so much flack? You don't think that Kanye has a target on his back right now? You don't think the devil doesn't have it out for him? Can you look at the number of followers that Kanye West has? Kanye West has a lot of followers. And trust you me, there's people who listen to Kanye West who never knew who God was. And through this album, they have come to learn the love of Christ. But no, let us judge Kanye West. He will never be. He's not a Christian. And this is where I feel like as a church, we are failing, and we're failing miserably. Bruh, if you're a Christian and you love Kanye West, this is the time to lift him up in prayer. He does not need your criticism. He does not need your opinions. He does not need nothing from you but your prayers, because the amount of impact that Kanye West is doing in the kingdom is significant. Significant enough for him to have a target on his back for the enemy. He is a father. He is a husband. He is a brother. We need to pray for Kanye West. And we need to pray for strength. We need to cover him with the hedge of protection. We need to ask God to send his angels to cover and protect his family. I said his family, yes, even the Kardashians, who don't even know I have 240 subscribers. We need to call onto heaven to protect Kanye West. Because if we don't, we will experience another moment like Mel Gibson. That's all I have to say. I don't want to keep you. Go ahead and continue with your day or night or shift or whatever. I love you guys. And there has never been an opportune time for my tagline such as this. You are never too tainted to witness. I love you guys. Bye.